The New York Knickerbockers told Tom Thibodeau after many successful seasons, only coach that the team has known this decade, deuces, sir. Peace out. Thank you for the back-to-back 50-win seasons. Thank you for the first run to the Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. Thank you for all of the playoff appearances that we weren't having. Thank you for the culture change. Thank you for the defensive first mentality. Thank you for all of that. We're done here. And at the time, you know, I sniffed it out. I sensed it's a Dolan thing. James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, who let things go, let the Madison Square Garden blossom, let the garden be tended by somebody who knows what they're doing, and Leon Rose, formerly of CAA Worldwide West, right? Mm-hmm. Let's get them in here. Let's build up this roster. Let's get it going. Let's let others tend to the garden while I sit back with my styrofoam cup and focus on growing the sphere and playing my schmecky music. And Brunson pulled me back in, and we're all feeling good. And I sensed it. Like, why would you bounce this coach? Why would you do it? Well, and it all comes out, you know, he plays the guys too many minutes, and he even proved his own way of doing things as way too intractable by actually playing the bench after the first two games. Didn't go their way against Indiana. Oh, it works better with Mitchell Robinson in this starting lineup. Oh, that guy Landry Shamet does have a uniform and can actually shoot threes. And DeLon Wright can actually be a nice player off the bench, and it worked out a little bit better. And that proved that, you know, Thibodeau, we're not giving him credit for finally coming up with a different way of doing things. We're just going to castigate him for not doing it soon enough or at all, right? And maybe it's a Brunson thing, or Bridges was even giving a sense of too many minutes. He's played every single game since high school. And it's Karl-Anthony. It was Cat's fault. Defensive end. And it was Cat's fault. Yeah. We're going to get on Karl-Anthony Towns, who had one of the best seasons a Knicks had at that position since Ewing. I'll say it. That's how good he was. And so, but we're going to put it on Thibodeau, and I sensed this wasn't the right thing. And sure enough, today, Tom Thibodeau put out a full-page ad thanking New York in the New York Times. Very classy. This looks like an old Sinatra at the Sands type picture there, right?
Yeah, big time.
Right? He's looking at some paperwork there on the sidelines of Madison Square Garden, on the right there in front of the bench. He signed it with gratitude and respect. Full class. High-class material, and called it his dream job. So they told the guy for whom this is a dream job, we're done. And even with me sensing this isn't the right thing, I thought to myself, you know what? Let's see what the Knicks do. How will it wind up? What is their plan? The same way, you know, I was jilted by Soto. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, let's see. Before I really go all in on this, let's see what the Yankees do. Max Fried, who now leads the American League and wins after another one last night, stopped the Yankees' 2-game losing streak, courtesy of Chris's Red Sox over the weekend. You know, Cody Bellinger, who has been nothing but terrific. And there you have Paul Goldschmidt. So now I'm seeing maybe even a more balanced team. So I'll need to see what the Knicks, at least what is their plan? Apparently their plan is to knock on the doors of other teams and ask for permission to speak to their all-in, terrific, clearly working out for them, head coaches. And Shams Charania is saying they chose Chris Finch of the Timberwolves. Great idea. Great idea. Look what he did with your former players. You sent him, right? Look what he did with Randall and the Big Ragu. Yeah. Ime Udoka, former Knick. Yeah, let's go. Let's knock on the Rockets' door. Both were denied permission to speak to the Knicks. And then maybe Jason Kidd. At least we saw the headline over the weekend in the Daily News. I mentioned it to you, right? Kid in play. I love that headline. That was
funky.
Extra something in the paycheck of whoever wrote that headline. And apparently he's interested. Well, Shams said today they knocked on the Mavericks' door for Kidd, and the Mavericks gave him a quote-unquote firm rejection.
Firm.
That's like, I think about that. That sounds like the strenuously object line from A Few Good Men. Oh, you object? No, I strenuously object.
Oh, well then.
No, a rejection. No, it's not just any rejection. It's a firm rejection. Oh, yeah, great. And it's like, is this the Knicks' plan? Let's fire Thibodeau and go after other teams' head coaches. And just what you're assuming, the other teams will say, oh, of course, this is the New York Knicks. It's a better league when the Knicks are better. We'll give you permission. Is that the plan? You know what? You know what that plan sounds like? If heaven forbid, Suze and I decide we need to separate, go separate ways.
Okay.
That would be a terrible day in my life. But that would just be, me like, you know what? Let me call up Scarlett Johansson. She's into handsome guys from Staten Island.
I mean, that is true.
Wow.
Can
I have permission to talk to Scarlett, Colin, or is this a firm rejection from you? I imagine it would be.
That's good.
Is that the Knicks' plan?
Jimmy would be hitting up Susie immediately.
Then I got 2 more to go. Let me just knock on the door of other married women. Ask for permission to speak with them. How would that go? Is that really the Knicks' plan?
It appears.
Holy crap. So I'm going to just exhale. And again, we will see. They could wind up, whoever is going to be plan D or E, whoever that is, it's now apparent you're playing D or E. All right. I guess the Knicks don't mind this being out there, or they knew it could potentially get out there. I don't know how Shams is finding out about this stuff. We're not going to source it, but the bottom line, it's out there. Doesn't look good for the Knicks that this has been their plan. Oh, let's just fire Thibodeau and knock on the doors of other teams for their highly successful and established head coaches. I mean, the Mavericks, they're not even like, you know what? For the moment, no. No, we are firmly rejecting. Don't even come back here. Don't lose our number.
Right.
Okay? This isn't Luka, where we're just going to give it to just you. Nobody can come for Jason Kidd. And so, we'll see. Maybe plan D or E or F will be the next terrific head coach in the NBA. Perfect match for the New York Knicks. And they go on and win it all. And we'll just remember this moment as another moment that Dolan lucked into something. But I mean, that's my analogy. It would be like, hey, Colin, listen, I know you're in love with your wife. But something happened, and I just, stuff happened. And this is, I didn't really have a plan for what's happening next. But can I talk to your missus?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying no.
Sure, here's the keys.
Get out of here. What the hell? Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.